Wolverine, known as the Hard Carbon in Marvel, was just a fragile bone claw before being transformed. After a battle with his brother Sabretooth, he lost the ability to fight. Faced with the loss of his beloved wife and no way to take revenge, he finally accepted Stryker's X-gene weapon transformation experiment. Uncle Wolf hid on the cold transformation table. At the moment the button was pressed, his whole body was immersed in cold water, and then countless needles were densely packed towards Uncle Wolf. It actually penetrated directly through the skin and deeply inserted into every bone of Uncle Wolf. The next second, the molten adamantium alloy was injected into Uncle Wolf's body through the pipe. Uncle Wolf roared, his heartbeat kept accelerating, and his body temperature soared all the way, from 36 degrees to 105 degrees. Everyone's heart was raised to the death, waiting for the final result in a stalemate, but in the end it was drawn in a straight line. Is everything going to be settled? Even Wolf has a limit to his healing ability? Just when everyone was about to turn around and leave, Wolf's life miraculously revived, and his heart began to beat rhythmically again. As the initiator of Wolverine, Spike also began to brag about how powerful the weapon he created would be, and was ready to perform a memory-clearing operation on him, turning him into a fighting machine, but he forgot Wolverine's keen hearing. After hearing everything, Wolf instantly jumped up. He was getting rid of all his restraints. After gaining the power of domination, Wolf was unstoppable all the way, and bullets hitting his body were like tickling. After easily getting rid of a few small guys, he used his wolf claws to smoothly cut through a 10-centimeter thick steel plate, and then plunged into the tiger's eye. He came to a neighbor's house in a daze. The kind old man accepted him, gave him a set of clothes, and invited them to have dinner. At night, Uncle Wolf observed his wolf claws up close for the first time. The cold wolf claws seemed to speak of the combat power he deployed. Just a slight touch would emit sparks like lightning. On the other side, Colonel Stryker ordered Lin Hao to carry out the decapitation mission. While Wolverine in the cabin was still admiring the old man's collection of motorcycles, bullets whizzed in. Seeing that the two beloved people were lying in his arms again, he was powerless. Uncle Wolf was extremely angry, but he had no time to be sad, because fortunately, Uncle Wolf opened the window at the last moment, but the enemies behind him were chasing him closely. Bullets like raindrops flashed at him. Seeing that he could not escape, Uncle Wolf turned around on the spot with a handbrake, and then he stretched out his stainless steel wolf claws, shouted to blow up a jeep, and rushed directly to the helicopter in a big jump. The utilitarian wolf claws cut off the propeller, and after losing balance it fell to the ground, causing a violent explosion, and knocked the last pit for Shikui through the intercom. After doing all this, Uncle Wolf shook on the ground, and then died in the raging fire rain. What about him, who wanted revenge? He wanted to find out the projects that Sabretooth had entrusted to him, so he went to the underground boxing ring to find his former teammates to see if he could ask for some useful information. Since their special power team disbanded, Fatty had not eaten anything, which caused his weight to soar sharply to an astonishing weight, and his temperament changed drastically, and he was unwilling to deal with anyone. His only hobby was to kill those noobs in the boxing ring. Uncle Wolf was strong, and it seemed that only by defeating him could he explain the principle of the matter. The 1.9-meter-tall Uncle Wolf was like a skinny monkey in front of him. Wolverine used all his strength to hit a set of combined punches, and the knocks on his body were like tickling, and he didn't feel anything at all. Next, it was Fatty's turn. He hit Uncle Wolf in the face with just one punch, so it became a one-sided dizziness. Then Fatty hugged his head and prepared to give him the final blow. But he had no idea that after being transformed, Wolf Uncle's body was full of heavy metals, which made Fatty's head buzz. Wolf Uncle also took advantage of the victory, and after accumulating strength, he made a big move and knocked him out. Wolf Uncle no longer followed the moral code of martial arts, stretched out his palm and asked him about the whereabouts of Jianshihu Victor. Fatty said that he and Stryker were fooling around together and had some unknown activities. Uncle Wolf also suddenly realized that Jianshihu's killing of Ai Qian was just part of Stryker's plan. The purpose was to make Uncle Wolf angry and accept his transformation experiment. On the other side, Jianshihu caught a mutant with laser eyes in the school, and Stryker, the instigator behind the scenes, also slowly walked out from the back. He wanted Jianshihu to capture all the mutants in the world, and then extract their superpowers to create the ultimate warrior. As revenge, he slowed down Jianshihu and Wolverine. As soon as the camera was accurate, Wolverine, who knew the reason for everything, came back from his confused state and stretched out his claws again to ask him. But this kind of confidential question is not known to ordinary people, but he knew that the only person who escaped from there was Pai Huang, who was called the Cardmaster. This is definitely the coolest poker stunt I have ever seen. And the person who played these cards was Pai Huang, who was called the Cardmaster. Each poker card flashed with strange light and gave energy to each card, turning each card into a small bomb. The next person, Uncle Wolf, was directly blasted out. As the saying goes, enemies meet on a narrow road. Uncle Wolf, who had been frustrated, happened to meet the Sabretooth Tiger Rector. The two of them instantly became very alert, and a battle between tigers and wolves officially kicked off. Uncle Wolf easily avoided a black tiger's heart-piercing attack, but he still underestimated Uncle Wolf's strength after the transformation. Just one claw made the Sabretooth Tiger kneel down and beg for honor. Just when Wolf was about to kill him with one claw, Lao Lu's Pai Huang suddenly intervened. A golden hoop fell from the sky and directly repelled the two people, which gave Sabretooth a chance to escape. Just when Wolverine wanted to chase him, Pai Huang swept across again, catching Wolf off guard. Wolf finally got serious. With just a jump, Pai Huang's stick broke into 2 pieces. Seeing that he couldn't beat Wolf, he immediately marked the stick as a climbing pole and decided to run away first. However, he didn't expect that Wolf had just fallen a few rows and was cut off by Wolf. Then, like cutting vegetables, the stairs were chopped into pieces one by one. Bodong fell to the ground with a thud, and Wolf also grabbed Pai Huang's glass and told him that if he didn't want to die, he should take him to find the way. On the other side, Colonel Stryker was also making final preparations for the intermediate weapons. A dozen surgeons were carefully sewing something. However, after knowing the unknown, Uncle Wolf quietly stopped and carefully broke the first anti-theft door. He saw the captured mutants being locked up in the small cell prison. He passed by the lecherous fox without looking back. But what he didn't know was that the lecherous fox also had his own difficulties. Stryker kidnapped his sister and used this as a threat. However, it was too late to say anything. Now he was no longer useful, so he ordered Sabretooth to kill him directly. With a scream, Uncle Wolf looked back silently. The plane entered a combat state and fought with the enemy Sabretooth. The transformed Uncle Wolf was invincible, and soon the Sabretooth was defeated by Uncle Wolf's 16 groups. But Wolverine, who had always been decisive in killing, hesitated. It turned out that Sabretooth and Wolverine were brothers from the same mother, and they had fought side by side for hundreds of years. Blood is thicker than water. It was this bond that made Uncle Wolf hesitate. At this time, the door slowly opened, and a man with his mouth sealed slowly appeared in everyone's sight. He was the dead man transformed by Stryker. The former Death Warrior relied on his attitude alone, and even bullets could do nothing to him. After being blocked by Stryker, his strength skyrocketed, and the thief and Wolverine fought together. Just when Uncle Wolf gave him a fatal blow and thought he was going to die, the Death Warrior's body slowly healed. So Uncle Wolf climbed up the chimney of the factory to fight him to the death. If he fell from here by mistake, he would be smashed into slag. At this moment, the Death Warrior teleported behind Uncle Wolf. In this way, the two of them fought back and forth to replenish the shield. After hundreds of rounds of fighting, Uncle Wolf was exhausted and fell to the ground with an over-the-shoulder throw, and then the 2 knives were fiercely inserted into Uncle Wolf's body. Just when it was about to end all this, the saber-toothed tiger that came out from behind helped Uncle Wolf to break the fate and grabbed Wolverine. Brother Tiger didn't have time to explain so much, and the Death Warrior who flashed again caught the 2 off guard, so they adopted the classic back-to-back tactics. But even so, the 1-on-2 warriors were not at a disadvantage at all. The saber-toothed tiger, who was good at seizing opportunities, predicted his attack in advance. But even so, the assassin was able to escape easily. At this moment, the assassin's eyes suddenly turned black. The next second, a terrifying laser suddenly shot out. It seemed that he combined multiple high-energy, misunderstanding consciousnesses. Uncle Wolf took advantage of his entanglement with the saber-toothed tiger and suddenly attacked him from behind, which put an end to him. After everything was settled, Uncle Wolf found the dying eagle in the ruins with his keen sense of smell. At this time, Eagle Fox also showed his true feelings to him, and the 2 of them also let go of their past grudges and reconciled.
If you enjoyed this journey through Wolverine's epic transformation, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more exciting stories. Stay tuned for more thrilling content, and let us know in the comments what hero transformation you'd like to see next.